In this video, I'm going to break down the top 5 systems you need to make money online. To date, we have generated over $12 million in the online space, predominantly in fitness. My name is Charlie Johnson. I'm going to walk you through these 5 systems. System number 1 is Slack. Now, what is Slack? Slack is essentially a communication tool for businesses. Why is this important? One of the most important things is clear lines of communication between different departments, different employees, but also having the right data in the right places where people can easily see it. So one of the beautiful things with Slack is you can use a software system called Zapier, which is like a tool that connects different platforms together, and you can pull different data into Slack so it fires into a channel. So for example, when a client maybe makes a payment, it comes through into a payment receive channel. When a sales call is booked, it comes into a sales call channel. And you can pull all the information into there so your team can see what's going on. Other useful things for this in terms of Slack are like end of day reports, reporting from staff members, and then also having group channels in terms of where different teams can communicate on subjects. With Slack, what you can also do is integrate into different businesses. So say if you're partnering with like an ads agency, for example, you can link your Slack channel to another company's Slack channel and have cross-company communication. And this is where you can get away from email, you can get away from WhatsApp, and you can have instant messages where you can send voice notes, videos, and also text. So it's very clear in terms of communication. The other thing you can do is also automate messages if needed. The second tool is a project management software, and this is the best one we found to date, which is Notion. We were previously using Trello. Now, the reason I like Notion is it's like fully customizable. You can put anything you want into it. We use this with different departments, have different sections within the business. You can have specific pages, almost like web browsers. It's also very good even if you want to make lead magnets using Notion pages for prospective clients to give away on social media. So Notion as a tool has a huge amount of complexity in terms of it because you can connect it together for task management across different departments. And it's a really easy way for you as like a business owner or CEO to see what's going on, to see what's overdue, and see when people are on track. And if you've got a project where there's multiple different departments working together, so for example, content team, tech, and maybe sales on something, you can also see which part of the business has done their thing that needs to be done and who's next and what's holding things back. Now, one of the big issues I see a lot of people with online business when they come into the space is they don't use any project management software and they're using things like whiteboards. This is the exact way in terms of how you get huge amounts of problems and then you get things fall through the cracks. The third type of software I would use is like some form of CRM system. So we have our own customizable 7Success 365, which is basically built upon Go High Level, which is a plug and play of all the systems within our own fitness business, funnels, CRM systems, email automations that you can literally click and buy and build into your business. There's a link below this video so you can get access to that. Now, why you need to have these CRM systems is so that you actually have the data on hand on customers that you need when you need it. You can automate things such as customer onboarding, client management, contracts, all these type of things. Now, the best way you can actually get your business to scale is to automate as much as possible. So there's less room for human errors, but also you need less people. The fourth software tool you need is something called Hyros. Now, if you're looking to scale in terms of ads, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Doesn't work in terms of messenger ads, but if you're doing things in terms of opt-ins, VSL funnels, it's beautiful. And one of the things you actually realize when you use Hyros is a big problem with Facebook Ads Manager. It's not actually accurate in terms of attribution, in terms of tracking leads coming through and sales. Now with Hyros, for example, on the system we use, we can see the cost per lead, we can see the cost per call booked, we can see how many calls are getting booked, we can see the revenue from the ad campaign, we can see the ROAS from the ad campaign, but we can see that down to the granular individual ad of which one's performing. What this allows you to do when you're spending a lot on ads is to be very effective in terms of where we can spend more, where we can scale, and where we can't. And to give a really good example from when we brought this in a few months ago, one of the things I didn't realize is we were running Facebook lead ads direct into like Insta forms, not direct to an opt-in. And what actually happened, we were split testing direct to an opt-in versus Insta lead forms. And what actually happened is direct to opt-in was way more profitable and working way better for us. But I wouldn't have known that without using Hyros because I was just guessing. And I was looking at the opt-in cost from Facebook Ads Manager, which was actually higher, but not the actual money we were making. And this is why if you're looking to actually really scale a business, the most important thing is tracking the right data correctly. So you as the entrepreneur can put your resources in the right place and allocate those things correctly to really accelerate the process. And this is how you have high ROAS, how you get the right clients, and you also get your clients super happy because you bring the right people through the door you actually want. Now, Hyros is a very complicated system to get set up. One of the most important things is actually having the right person set up. So you want to make sure that's done fully for you by Hyros. This is not something you can actually implement yourself. In addition to using Hyros, we use a tracking system. We have a KPI system that tracks our ads and also our conversions off of calls and all of our profitability into one spreadsheet. I'm going to put a link below for this so you can get a free copy and template of that as well. Now, the fifth thing you need to have in your business to really get to the next level is once you've got communication in place, you've got client data in place, you've also then got everyone working together synergistically using project management softwares, and you can track the ads, is get all the team working together. and all aligned. So fifth is having what we call as a weekly alignment meeting, which is where you have a meeting on Monday. You review the scorecard in terms of the metrics within the business, what's happening, what's not, where do you need to improve, if you're off track or on track. And this is where you need to look at the leading indicators of your business. So if you have an online education business, you need to look at calls booked, sharp rate, how many leads are coming into your system, say from ads, what your revenue is, what your churn is, how many clients you're losing, what your social media and content reach is, what your ROAS on ads is. And this is the big thing you need to look at constantly. Because if you look at the scoreboard constantly, you can identify the problems you need to fix, which means you can move faster. And the reason certain people scale much quicker than other people is they fix the right problems at the right time, rather than fixing the wrong problems that don't really make a difference. And this is why so many people get stuck, because they're pissing around trying to make dancing TikTok videos that aren't actually moving the business forward, because they haven't identified the right thing, because they don't have the right data. Now, one of the best books you can read on this subject is Traction by Gino Wickman, which I would highly suggest getting and implementing everything from that. One of the best pieces of advice I actually got was from a previous mentor, Eric Spofford. If you check out the podcast I did with him on this channel, he actually said to me he doubled his business from 20 million a year to 55 million a year. And I was like, how do you do this? He's like, I got the book Traction, I implemented it. I was like, okay, that's probably worth doing. So the reality of you right now, if you're not tracking the metrics, you don't have a scorecard, this is something you need to do pronto. Get that into your business and it will help you get to the next level. Now, if you took value from this video, make sure you smash the like button, comment below any other questions, hit subscribe, and I'll see you next one soon.